Hey guys, Nick, aka the one and only Crisis YT, and today this video is going to be about esports. Now, more specifically, trash talking in esports, and it is inspired off of another video from yesterday's UMG Atlanta event, which is the Professional Call of Duty Tournament. You can go check out that video. I'll link it in the description if you guys do want to see it. I would probably recommend watching some of it. He pretty much takes trash talking over the top, and I wanted to talk about trash talking in esports since I've been around the Halo community for quite some time as a viewer and seen it go from the top at ESPN, where we had, an actual cable TV slot, to now where we struggle to pull 7,000 viewers in live streams of competitive events, and we've been dropped off the MLG circuit and all that stuff. So that is kind of, I've been with esports and Halo since 2007, so I'm pretty well versed in it. Call of Duty, I'm not well versed in at all. I know of the top teams: Optic, Envious, Complexity. There's a few others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head, whereas I could probably name every top Halo team from 2007 to 2009 in Halo, and then every Reach team as well that was really good. So I've been around the competitive Halo scene as a viewer for a very long time. That's why I think I know a thing or two about this. Nevertheless, that being said, trash talking exists. It's going to exist in any sport. It exists in football, soccer, basketball. It exists. We just see it more with esports. And it's worse with esports because the nature of you are truly across from your opponent. Either you're, depending on how the setup is, you're either literally you stand up and you're looking right at them, or you look to your left or right and you see your opponent. So you're more likely to be able to trash talk them and things like that. You can also hear your opponent more clearly in esports because of how close proximity you are. Something else that is very important in esports, I'm actually going to spend a minute or so talking about this, the mental game. If you get your mental game thrown off while playing, on a competitive level, it can throw off your shot, it can throw off your awareness. Just a little bit of trash talking can do this. Some players have better mental games than others. For example, like in Halo, Ryan Noob, he's known for a bad mental game, whereas people like Snipedown and things like that have rock-solid mental games that nobody can touch. I mean, trash-talking Snipedown just makes him play better. So, it's back and forth, and it really depends on what kind of player you are. If you get your mental game thrown off, it can make you lose a game, it can make you lose a series, it can knock you out of the tournament. So that's why trash-talking exists more in gaming than other sports, whereas if you get, your mental game thrown off in football, you have a down, you have a whole entire series where you're probably not going to play. Like if you're an offensive player, you have that whole entire defensive series to get your mental game back going. Whereas with Call of Duty and esports, you don't have that option. Now, that being said, you can take it over the top. Back in the Halo days when they were on ESPN, they wanted trash talking to be cut down. They did. Understandable, right? It's on cable TV. So the players did the best they could, but it is going to exist. Pretty much when they trash talk, they would try to cut out curse words, and they would try to keep it down to a minimum. For example, the term predictable in Halo can mean so much, and just in gaming in general. The competitive players try to do things that normal players wouldn't do. If you're just an average skill player, you're going to do certain things all the time, and every average skill player is going to do that. Competitive players try to do the opposite to make it seem unpredictable, so the enemy team, their opponents, won't know what's coming next. If you say predictable, it gets you thinking as a player. You're like, whoa, how is that predictable? How did he know that was coming? How? And it'll throw your mental game off, and now you're thinking about that. Your shot starts to suffer, your strafe starts to suffer, and just overall, your gameplay just falls, and you start doing worse. That's how big the mental game is in competitive Halo, and that's why competitive Halo, but in competitive gaming in general, that's how much trash talking can affect a game. That being said, it does hurt sponsors, it does hurt advertising, it does hurt the scene growing. It makes people not like esports. Like I had tweets when I asked if you guys wanted this video today or next Monday, and people were tweeting me being like, This is terrible. This makes me not like esports. And I'm like, I agree. It's over the top. The video that I link in the description is 100% over the freaking top as far as trash talking goes. And, you know, if I was running a league, I would be like, okay, man, you got to tone it down. You have to tone it down. I mean, I'm the one who, you know, if I'm running the league, I'm the one who's writing the check for your winnings and any money you make. And you got to write it down. You got to turn it down, because if you don't, I'm not going to allow you to come back. You know, I can't deny you what you win this event, but I can deny you access to the next. And for a competitive player, that can mean a lot, because this is their income. You know, competitive gaming is their income. So that can mean a lot to a competitive player, and so they'll tone the trash talking down. That being said, that didn't happen at last night's UMG. Nothing was said to this guy. I don't even know who it is. I don't care. But he took it over the top. And there's no way, you know, if sponsors are going to see that, Astro, they sponsor UMG, they're going to see that. Elgato, they're going to see that, and they're going to be like, do we want this representing our company? Do we want this to be a part of our company as far as our image goes? No, we don't. They don't. And that's going to hurt your winnings. You know, this guy goes on to be like, I like that money, whatever he's saying about money and things like that. The thing is, that money's going to go away if you don't tone down that trash talking. Trash talking was one of the reasons that MLG was cut. MLG Competitive Halo was cut from ESPN back in the day. That being said, and the ratings weren't as good as they thought it would be. I mean, it was doing really good for what it was. I mean, it was competitive video gaming, obviously. But it wasn't pulling the millions that they expect for TV shows. So, you know, I mean, competitive gaming, if they want the scene to thrive, if they want the scene to excel, stuff like that needs to be cut out. Trash talking has to exist, okay? It does. It exists in every sport. But trash talking to that extent, screaming and curse words and things like that, has to be cut out for sponsor support. Because if they want sponsor support and they want that money to be there, if they want to be able to have these $50,000, $20,000 events, that trash talking has to disappear. It has to. Okay? There's no way around it. Because sponsors don't, and they won't let that represent their company. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on this. What do you think about trash talking in esports? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, tweet it, you know, give it a thumbs up, all that awesome stuff. I'm CrisisYT, and I'm out, guys. Peace. And here are 2 videos you guys may have missed. On the left is Get Your YouTube Channel Partnered Today. In that video, I talk about my YouTube network, Crisis TV, and how you guys can get your channels partnered. And on the right is a blast from the past. I thrown it back. That's not even a word. It should be I threw it back to Call of Duty 4 and had some fun, did a live com, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Or actually, you guys did enjoy it. It's doing pretty well. So nevertheless, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please share it. It really does help me out. Don't forget about the question of the day. I'm CrisisYT, and I'm out, guys. Peace.